Oh shit. Sorry, y'all. Just realized my fucking shit was my webcam was down. All right, let's get started here today. Obviously from the title, you guys can tell that we getting familiar with the subconscious mind today, right? And also, the main point of this video is identifying your subconscious tendencies, right? The tendencies that the subconscious mind has that you can identify, transmute, alchemize to your greatest benefit, right? So basically, how I identify certain things with the subconscious mind is basically my realization of it is it's those things that you do or think about or feel about without really having no thought to it, right? Or it's those things that you do that you don't consciously fucking think about it before you do it, or really so much after you do it, right? You just kind of do it. You just kind of do that shit, right? So basically, what I've learned from this is you peep game of those things, right? You peep game of those things that you take action on, and those things that you think and feel about without having any type of conscious regard towards it, right? So you, even if you need to, you can write that shit down. But through life and experience, you're going to identify these things, right? And so basically, what you want to do is identify what is going to be beneficial towards you and what is not going to be beneficial towards you. And what's up, Zay Zay? But basically, and what's up, Esta Loca La Negra? But anyways, so basically, you're gonna identify these things that are either useful for you or detriment, right? Based upon your subconscious tendencies, right? So when you're examining these things, you need to peep game of how certain shit gets manifested. You got to pay attention to where it derived from, right? So basically, if you, and this can also help you identify your state of being and where you sit at as a spirit, right? It's going to allow you to realize your base, like emotional level, like whether you're fucking clouded or whether it's blue skies for you at all times. You know what I'm saying? How it's supposed to be. Really, the fucking emotions are just clouds passing by type of thing, right? So through experience, you're gonna peep game of this shit, and you're gonna realize what's beneficial, what's not beneficial, what is being a detriment to you. And like I said, you're gonna peep how it derives and how it manifests. If you're a person who has experienced a bit of life, then you're gonna realize this shit. You can actually go back and find the stepping stone state of being has led you to create a certain outcome, right? So the state of being that you've decided to involve yourself in, the environment that you've decided to have for yourself, is going to down the line, days, months, and years out, create certain experiences for you, right? So you can identify what experience has came from what based upon the emotional resonation, right? Based upon the resonance from the emotion, right? What vibration you're deciding to be in, and how you identify this is based upon the experience and what emotions and feelings and thought forms that a certain experience bring to you, right? So basically, if you're a person who's been living in fear for months to years of your life, you're going to create experiences that make you feel that same fear that you've been feeling for all those day in and day out months and years. You know what I'm saying? So you basically have to pay attention to that shit. And like I said, with the subconscious tendencies, this could be something that you're doing without even thinking about it. This could be something that's just a day in and day out part of your routine, and it just becomes subconscious and unconscious to you at this point. You don't make a conscious decision based on it. You don't make a, you know what I'm saying? So you have to extract what is not beneficial to you, and then this is where you alchemize and transmute those things, and then you start to part of programming the subconscious mind. This is how you yourself. This is how you experience thoughts, feelings, and emotions in a new range of how what is desirable to you, what type of experiences that you want to create, the emotions and feelings that you want to magnetize and bring back to yourself, right? So and another tip that goes in on this is the difference between having range of emotion and having depth of emotion, right? So a lot of people have a large range of emotion, right? And they think that they're a deep person based upon the large range of emotion that they experience within themselves, right? So you will have even a fucking basic human who don't really have much wisdom knowledge come to you thinking that they're more deep to you than you, and they have more understanding than you just because they have a large range of emotions. And that's not what it's about. You want depth rather than range, based upon my experience. At least I can't tell you what's right for you, but you would rather have depth rather than range, because a large range of emotions, at the end of the day, if you really think about it, that's just chaotic, because you're experiencing not only a high level of happiness on this end of the spectrum, you're also spending time in fucking disparity, fucking bad type of emotions, real heavy type of emotions, right? So you would rather have depth of emotion, because you can be a deep person while also minimizing your range of emotions, because like I said, these thoughts, feelings, and emotions are what's going to create your reality at the end of the day, and these are going to create the experiences that you delve into in your day-to-day life. You know what I'm saying? So based upon your experience and what you desire to experience, you want to be able to have these things aligned with your properties, your desires, your how you want life to be, basically, right? But don't care about the outcome, because the outcome is going to come anyways. You know what I'm saying? You putting in that work, you alchemizing and putting your emotional standpoint and your state of being in the correct type of space. You erase those bad tendencies of the subconscious mind, and you make that conscious change, and work it from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? And eventually you're going to get to a point where those old tendencies are there, there's not going to be any room for them no more, because you're replacing them with new tendencies on a day in and day out basis. You know what I'm saying? You're paying attention to yourself, and you're paying attention to how you react and respond to the environment. And may I say again, react and respond to the environment. You're doing it again because you've already created this emotional space. You've already created this state of being, this that you thought or felt in an earlier date, right? And it's manifested over into your current reality and your current state of being. That's why you got to nip this shit in the bud, because it only happened right here and now. And because you're experiencing shit from the past in the present, you know what I'm saying, based on your internal natures and shit like that, you got to pay real close attention to this shit, because it's going to give you a more broader perspective and a more broader understanding of how shit gets wheeled into you in the first place, right? But coming from your chakra wheels, coming from your magnetization as a spirit, right? The emotions and feelings that you create, the thought forms that you decide to gravitate towards and hold on to, right? And the shit that you allow to float within your space, right? Because we're supposed to be the head honcho. We're supposed to be the pilot. We're supposed to be the motherfucking captain in charge. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, if you're allowing yourself to keep thinking and feeling thoughts and feelings that don't resonate and don't really get you nowhere, don't isn't anything that you're wanting to experience, you're basically wasting your time, because you're going to experience it eventually based upon you and how you choose to interact. You know what I'm saying? Not only with your internal environment, but with the external environment. You got to pay attention to what's going on inside of you and outside of you. That's how you peep game from this, and that's how you stop it from where it is and get to the root cause of the problem. Because a lot of the time it be in the subconscious and unconscious mind. A lot of time you don't even be making real conscious decisions based on going towards the shit that you don't want to experience, right? It's a repetition, it's a routine and pattern and a cycle that you've put yourself in. You've displaced yourself away from your alignment and away from where you resonate and where your true state of being should be at, and where shit goes smooth for you. And you've put yourself in a place of like going against the grain type of energy, like resistance type of energy, like trying to swim against the current type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of floating. So these are the things that you need to pay attention to when you're getting familiar with your subconscious and unconscious mind. These are the things that's going to give you more of a grip on it, and it's going to help you fucking create a better outcome for yourself. Meanwhile, having detachment, because once you get into this, you're going to realize getting attached to certain emotions like fucking hoping and goddamn wishing for a certain outcome is useless at this point, because you can just create the desired outcome. Because you know, at the end of the day, you putting in that work time and time again, day in and day out. So you're gonna get what you don't reap what you sow. Basically, the seeds that you plant isn't gonna just not grow. They're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Unless you planting bad seeds, then them shit's gonna die before they even get a chance out. Either that, or it's gonna grow and it's gonna be some GMO ass, ugly ass fruit that don't nobody want a part of. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to bite into that shit. But yeah, that's just a little chop up sesh on the fucking subconscious and unconscious mind. Help y'all get a grip of y'all's thoughts and feelings, the shit that you go through on a daily basis, the routine and patterns and cycles that you've created for yourself. Everyone can get out of this shit. You're not stuck where you're at. You know what I'm saying? You just got to peep game. You got to understand your experiences and know what to do and where to go from there. All right. So I appreciate y'all. I'm out of here. I've got some work I need to get to, but yeah, there's our little chop up sessions, knowledge and wisdom in the building. Peace. Peace.